Hi, I'm Joe and you're in Joe's Kitchen. Today, a special treat. We're doing some international cuisine. We're doing some Indian food, an Indian dish, and we're doing tikka masala with tofu. And we're going to do that using the Gourmia air fryer. All right, I've never done this. You can do it with me, so come join us. Without further ado, let's get to it.
We're gonna eat, we're gonna eat, we're gonna eat and eat. We're gonna eat and eat. We're gonna eat and eat. Welcome to Joe's Kitchen, yeah, we're gonna eat. That's right.
I know this is going to prove to be fun, so let's get started. And we're going to do this with tofu. So step number one is prepare the tofu. I'm going to try something different I haven't tried before with tofu, and I've seen this done several times, and I feel like it might give me the texture I'm looking for. So I'm using extra firm tofu. We're going to press it and then blot it dry. Well, we're going to press it, let it press for a while. We're going to blot it dry. We're going to do it in the freezer, and we're going to let it freeze, and then we're going to defrost it and then cut it, and then we're going to cook up our tikka masala and all that. So let's just start with the tofu. First thing I got to do is try to bring this over to the sink without spilling anything. I got to drain this out. So there we go, draining it out. I can safely bring this back over. Yeah, I'm going to use a lot of paper towel here. We're going to put some paper towel down on this tray. If you have a rack, I don't have a wire rack. A wire rack would be great to put down first and then this, but this will work just as well, or almost as well. And so now we're going to take the tofu out carefully. There we are. And I'm going to do this over here in case more liquid comes out. There we go. Place that down there. And more paper towel. Double it up. I'm going to wrap that around with some paper towel as well. Just loosely, just like so. I think I'll put a couple more just on top, just for good measure. We want to press this, just nothing, you're not going to use like a 20-pound weight or anything. You just want something with a little weight to press it. And we're going to set our timer for 30 minutes. And we'll come back in 30 minutes and we'll continue preparing the tofu. See in a little bit? Well, it's been 30 minutes, and how do I know that? Because my timer went off. Anyways, so we're going to continue with this tikka masala, and we've pressed this extra firm tofu for 30 minutes. I guess being extra firm, maybe we didn't need to do that, but we're doing it. We want to get all this extra moisture out of there. And like I said, we're trying something different. We're going to freeze this, and it's going to give us a much denser product. And I think it might just flake a little bit like chicken. Who knows? That's what it looks like when I've seen other people doing it. So we'll see. We're going to try it. It's an experiment. First time we've done any of this, so we're learning as we go. So we're going to cut this into cubes. So I'm going to cut this in half this way. And they're going to be medium-sized cubes. You don't want them too little, they'll break apart. You don't want them too big, you want to have enough to go around so you don't have, so you have a lot of little bite-sized pieces basically. So I'm going to start by cutting it down the middle, like so. And let me blot this a little bit too before I continue. Blot it there. There we go, just to help it along there. Now we're going to cut in half, cut those halves in half. We're going to cut in thirds this way, like so. That gives us, I guess, 12 pieces, right? We'll have 24 altogether. So I'm going to put these in Ziploc bags, and we're going to put them in our freezer for a few hours till they're frozen. Then we're going to defrost them and continue with our process of making tikka masala. So stay with us. We'll be right back. Well, it's the next day, okay? And we pulled out the tofu earlier today to defrost. It is now fully defrosted, and I just blotted it. You know, just get some of the excess moisture. And you can see these towels are still absorbing moisture. That's the tofu. It's going to make its appearance here in a little bit. But the first thing we're going to do right now is we're going to make the paste that we're going to coat these tofu with. And so to finish the ingredients, I just want to show you this neat little gadget I have here. Everybody's got one, right? I just love this one though because it catches it in the bottom. That sold me. So I'm going to take, I've already grated most of the ginger, and I'm going to grate a little bit more. The ginger and the garlic here, I'm only going to use half in this part of this recipe, and the other half is going to be used later on in this recipe as we complete this dish. So I'm going to finish grating this ginger, and boy, it is fragrant. There we go, that's good enough. Put this aside. There we go. So what we do here at this point is we're going to combine all these ingredients. I'm going to put the yogurt in first. That's 1 cup of plain Greek yogurt. And I should do this right-handed. I'm left-handed, so this might come across a little awkward, but I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. Here we go. I'm going to get all that good stuff out of there the best I can. There we go. And boom, 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 boom. All right, we'll put that aside. Now we'll add those spices. We're going to add that right on top of the yogurt. Salts. There we go. We're going to add 1 teaspoon of our garam masala, and I do have a video how we put this together. It's a combination of spices, Indian style. We're going to add our half our chopped garlic. Remember, half is going to be used later in the recipe. And we're going to add half of our ground ginger. That is amazing. There we go. We'll put that aside for later. Don't need that. This is done. Now we just mix this up to make the paste. And we're going to mix it nice and thorough, which I'm trying to do. There we go. And then we just put our tofu in there carefully. And then we're going to carefully mix that tofu so it gets coated in this masala paste. We're going to use the Gourmia air fryer, and we really like our Gourmia air fryer. We've used it a lot of ways. So just coating these now. As you can see, we're just kind of moving along here. And here we go. We're going to throw it in the refrigerator. We'll be back to make the sauce. All right, the tofu is in the refrigerator, relaxing with the masala paste. And so while that's in there, we're going to start preparing our sauce. We're going to do this in this big saucepan. And what we have to do first is these tomatoes, I wedged them. We need to make them into a puree. So hopefully, I don't know if I can get all these in one batch. I'm going to try. I think I can. Give it a go. Put these tomatoes in this blender. I don't know, is this going to work? We'll see. Close that up. Nice and tight. Take it over to our blender. See if I can get this on there right. There you go. That's good, right? Plugged in. And I'm going to start just with a pulse. Just to bring it down a little bit. Now we'll go one. That should be pretty good. All right. We're gonna bring that out, unplug our apparatus, and I can get rid of this. We'll just leave that like that. Okay, so now we have a saucepan preheating, and I want to make sure it gets to about 350. It's actually at 350. That was good timing. I'm going to add my olive oil, and we're going to start off by sauteing the onions and the peppers. So I have diced onions. That's one whole sweet onion diced. And you hear that sizzle? That means I have a good temperature in my pan. There we go. I have yellow and red peppers just for some color, and I got them in slithers. You can cut them however you want. There we go. I'm just going to move that around a little bit. Take a look at what we got going on there. It's going to look pretty. All right, well, that's working. We're going to let that sweat down for a while. It might take a few minutes, and we'll come back. We'll add some more of our ingredients. So the onions and peppers are sweating pretty good. The onions have turned from white to kind of translucent, a little caramelized, kind of a brownish color too. So we're ready to move on. I'll let you see how that looks. There's still a lot of cooking to go here, so it'll keep cooking down. We're going to start with some ground ginger. That's another teaspoon of ground ginger. We'll put that in. And this kitchen is about to start smelling really good. And we got 1 teaspoon of the chopped garlic. There we go. Mix that in for about 30 seconds. Like until you can start smelling that garlic. I can already smell the ginger. And then we're going to add some more of our ingredients. I'm starting to get a bit of blistering on the peppers. That's one thing I'm looking for. There we go. All right, we're going to add a teaspoon of our garam masala. Adding that right on top. And then we have chili powder, turmeric, cumin, coriander, sweet paprika. I think I got it right. Four more ingredients right on top. And we're going to start stirring that in. I'm going to reduce the heat so it doesn't burn. And now I'm going to add our tomatoes, pureed. There are 4 tomatoes. That should tame it down a little bit. I'm going to reduce it again. Come take a look here. There we go. And depending on how thick or how loose those tomatoes were, because tomatoes aren't all created equal, we'll add water. I'm going to just add a half a cup of water right now to this solution. And a half a cup of heavy cream is next on the agenda, but let's stir this up a little bit more. There we go. A half a cup of heavy cream. Stir that in. And basically now we're just going to let it reduce. Turn it up just a little bit. We're going to let it reduce. Reduce and thicken. And then we'll be adding our, we've still got to air fry our tofu. By the way, you don't like tofu? Fine, fine, fine. Let's put chicken in it, okay? I hope you try it with tofu, but if you don't like tofu, do it with chicken. You don't like chicken? I don't know what to tell you, okay? Anyways, we're moving on. We're going to let that simmer. We're going to start preheating our air fryer. So this is our Gourmia air fryer. We push the on button and air fry button's up there. It's going to default to 400 degrees. And I'm going to keep that. And it's got a 20-minute timer. I may adjust that depending on how the tofu is cooking. But I'm going to hit start. It's going to let us know halfway through when it's time to turn. It's also going to let us know when it's preheated. So we're going to hit start, let it preheat, and when it's ready, we're going to start air frying our tofu. All right, well, it's time to air fry the tofu now. So pull it out of the refrigerator. It looks like that. I'm just going to pull out and place them on the rack, like so. This may take a while, but I mean, we're just going to line them up. We don't want them on top of each other. We want them separated. And so there we go. 2 more pieces. The rest of that you just discard. And try to take my gloves off here. We've had this preheating. We're going to put this into the air fryer for, I'm trying to remember how long I do this. 20 minutes, or once they're done. So, put those racks into the air fryer. The Gourmia air fryer. A lot of nice features in the Gourmia air fryer. You can do rotisserie chicken. You can dehydrate. I've done jerky. You can check out some of my other videos. We've done heroes. And so a lot of fun things you can do with it, very versatile. And got a nice interface in the front. So I'm going to increase this time to 20 minutes. I'm going to do 18. No, I'll do 20. And we'll let it go. We'll check it halfway and turn all the tofu evenly, and then let it finish up cooking. Then we'll add it to our sauce that's simmering here on the stove, our masala sauce, and it's looking good. So anyhow, we'll be back when the food needs to be flipped. Guess what time it is? It's time to flip the tofu. Oh, and by the way, our sauce, our masala sauce, I set a timer for 40 minutes. It's going to simmer for 40 minutes. You got about another 30 minutes on that. But it's time to turn the tofu, and I'm excited about this part because I want to see what it looks like. Let's bring it out. We're going to bring one tray out at a time. It may not take that full 20 minutes. Already looking at it, they almost look done. And put that one in there while we're flipping these. And they are sticking to the bottom. Maybe I should have sprayed them or something. You know what I'm gonna do? Ah, there we go, I can put that one. I'm gonna get a knife, like a little butter knife, and help me in this process. There we go. And I'm not going to bore you with all these that I'm flipping, but I'm going to get the other tray out too and flip them as well. And I don't think I'm going to be in that air fryer too much longer, maybe 3 or 4 minutes. And yeah, so we'll do that, and then they'll be done. We'll keep them warm in the air fryer. We'll just probably turn the air fryer off, let the heat just kind of keep them warm until our sauce is ready, and we'll complete the dish at that point in time. Well, it's been quite the distance we've traveled, but remember, life's a journey, not a destination. Anyways, we've been reducing this for 40 minutes, and smells great in here. That's our tikka masala sauce, but it's not complete yet because we need to get our tofu, and it's going to be a union, unbelievable union of flavors that we're going to find here, I hope. Is that baby the cat? Anyhow, we got our tofu. let's take a look at the texture of this. And oh, up there. I just do my fingers. You know, I hope that this process that we did, oh yeah, it's like a lot firmer. That's different. Wow. So we'll see how it tastes. Just do a little taste right now of this before I add it in. Wow, totally different. Not as spongy, kind of a firmer texture. I like that. I like that a lot. What am I going to do with this? Oh, yeah. That's pretty flavorful too. Pressing it, and then freezing it, defrosting it, blotting it, and then cooking it gives it a different texture. There we go. Anyways, we're going to add this into our sauce. Just like so. And we got 2 trays of these, by the way. Maybe a tip for next time. You see I got a lot of sticking to this tray here. It might be good to give it a little coating, like a little light spray of oil or something. I don't know. Maybe that would prevent it from sticking like that. Let's get the other tray. Let's get this incredible union of flavors together, and we'll have a good old time enjoying this Indian cuisine, Tikka Masala, using the Gourmia air fryer with tofu. So those are in there. Now we're just going to get a spatula, stir that up, and I'm going to let it simmer there on a low simmer, about 5 minutes. I'm going to put the lid on cockeyed so it's not fully covering it. Let it reduce a little bit more, and that way the flavors will get into that tofu a little bit more, and we'll come back and we'll plate it up. This is the moment we've been waiting for. Drum roll, please. Yes, we're going to plate up the Tikka Masala tofu, and we're going to do that right now. We're going to actually use a little of this coconut basmati rice. We're going to put that on the plate first. And if you haven't seen it already, this is another one of our videos where we put together the coconut basmati rice. So I got that there. Okay, put that back, which is very tasty, by the way. And then our tikka masala. I'm going to bring that plate over there, make it easier. Put some on the side. So, get back there. Why are you trying to get away? A little bit of sauce on the rice. Before it goes out into the dining room, you got to make sure that plate looks good. We're going to top it with a little cilantro. Oh, is that goodness or what? Look at that, folks. I hope it tastes as good as it smells. Oh my gosh. I'm in Indian cuisine heaven right here. I'm going to try a little bit of it. That looks so good. Let's do it. Got one of those tofus in half. Get a little bit of that sauce and that rice. It's going to be a little hot. Oh my gosh, incredible. Incredible. That is amazing. And the tofu is a different consistency than how you normally would prepare it. I think pressing it, freezing it, there's nothing wrong with just pressing it and cooking it that way. It just depends what you're trying to achieve in your dish, but this really works this way. I like it. The sauce is so aromatic and so flavorful, and the rice, it comes together just beautiful. It's a union of flavor here. Love it. Anyways, thanks for coming along with us on this journey. And, well, until next time, enjoy food.
We're gonna eat, we're gonna eat. We're gonna eat, eat and eat. We're gonna eat and eat. We're gonna eat and eat. Welcome to Joe's Kitchen, yeah, we're gonna eat. That's right.